Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I did a video about a month ago and here I am again. And today's video, I'm going to be just kind of giving an update, mostly on our homeschool. So I thought that I would do just a little update video, just kind of a life update, homeschool update, all the things. It has just been flying by. I can't believe it. Our little guy is almost 5 months old now, which is crazy, and he is just growing and growing and growing. I have been on a bit of a hiatus, mostly because life has just been so incredibly busy, especially since he has been born. My husband and I were talking about that. This has by far been the biggest transition as far as having kids. So number 7 has been definitely the biggest transition for us. I think because all of our kids are well out of the baby stage, because our youngest was 5 when this little guy was born. And so going back into that, when you have like teenagers, preteens, and young elementary school age kids, it's a lot to try to adjust to again. There have been a lot of sleepless nights. He's got like belly troubles and all of the things. So that has been kind of hard to navigate with balancing doing anything outside of our immediate home and like local community. So that's why it's been a while. That's why it's been a while, guys. So in regards to that, it's really been kind of difficult to get back into the full swing of homeschooling. So with my other kiddos, with my other kids that I had while homeschooling, when they were newborns, I am very much a creature of habit. Like our home thrives on having routine and some structure to it. And so not doing any school at all was actually harder on me as a mom of a newborn than trying, like it's just easier for me to keep some sort of structure to the day. So I have always done school just a lighter load once my babies have been born. And I did that for the most part when this little guy was fresh. It actually but once that little honeymoon period wears off and you're, at like the 6-week mark, and all the sleep that you are lacking like really starts to get to you and all the things. His little voice is just precious behind me. But once the sleep deprivation starts to get to you, it was really hard, especially being in the dead of winter. I am not a winter person. Props to those of you who are. But I am not a winter person. Therefore, it was really hard for me to try to get everything kind of like back in focus, so to speak. As far as school goes, we went down to the basics of, hey, listen, as long as we get like reading and math done, and then my high schooler was still going with his stuff because most of his things are fairly independent. And then on top of it, we were still able to do like our co-op stuff, although we did take some time out of co-op, but it worked out great because when our little guy was born, we were about to go on winter break anyway for co-op, so it worked out well in that sense. But we have been into the full swing of school again since he was probably around 2.5 months or so. So as far as how our year has gone, other than that, like slow transition back into school and everything, it actually has been a really good year this year. I've been really pleased with our curriculum, and I'll share more about that in other videos, but I'm going to get this little guy, so hang on, I'll be right back. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Hi. I'm just going to let him hang out with me right here while I do this video. But what I was saying is, as far as curriculum, for the most part, I have been really pleased with the curriculum choices we went with this year. I will have some videos coming up soon that break down like reviews of specific things, especially my high schooler, his math that he did this year. We have been really impressed with his math, and so I will have like a full video coming out on that, as well as our history. Y'all know I love Biblioplan, and this year we did modern history, so I will have a video on that as well. And I have some new curriculum starting to roll in, so be ready for that. However, I will say this. We did update what we're doing for math for all of my other kids. Now, you guys know, if you've been around my channel for any length of time, you know that I am a firm believer in Christian Light math. I absolutely love it. I'm still using it with my younger kiddos. However, I have 2 upper elementary and middle school son who all 3 have been doing Christian Light as well. They finished their level for the year, and I always just have my kids go into the next level. However, I actually ended up making a change, and that has nothing to do with Christian Light. It has to do with 2 elements. Number 1, this little dude and me. And I really would love a video component for my kids for math. We have tried a video component for elementary math in the past. I wasn't a huge fan of that specific one. It was okay. It just was not a great fit for our family. But we actually ended up doing Saxon. So I have 3 kids now who have switched to Saxon math with Nicole, the math lady, for the video lessons. It was just a great price, like their family price for you pay the same price for 2 to 5 children in your home to do the videos with Nicole, the math lady, and that includes the grading. So it was just a really great price, knowing that 3 kids were going to be doing it. And a friend gave me Saxon 6.5 for free for one of my kids. And so that was a huge plus. That is what we went with for them. And we are actually really loving it. It has created a really different dynamic. I normally don't do things on the computer as far as like classes and stuff until they're closer to like upper middle school into high school. But this was the exception. I just really needed this right now. And I think it's been a great change for them too. Just a different change of pace where they do their math on the computer, but also with the textbook beside them and pencil and paper. They just enter in their answers into the Nicole, the math lady platform, and it grades it, which has been great because then they can go back, and if they're missing a certain concept, they can see where that came from and go back and watch a lesson video if they're consistently missing that. Of course, I oversee it. It's been really great in that sense too, because now I can just more so facilitate a lot easier, knowing that they are getting the direct instruction from Nicole, and then me there to support what they're learning and making sure that they're understanding it. And so that has been super, super, super helpful. Are you getting seepy, buddy? What you looking at? We have some of the most beautiful blooms here in Tennessee. If you don't know what a redbud tree is, look it up, because Tennessee is full of redbud trees and they are just beautiful right now. They're super pinkish, purple, just blazing beautifully with all the colors of spring, all the green colors. So anyway, so that is our curriculum change. And it has been going really well, like I said. So next year, I'm already planning and looking at next year. As I said, I've already gotten some new curriculum in for next year, but next year is actually going to look pretty different for us, or for some of my kids anyway. And I'll go more into detail on that pretty soon in a separate video. But one of my kids is actually going to do kind of like a hybrid option. And I'll get more into that, like I said, in a future video. But I am excited. I think it's really actually kind of cool. I mean, I've been homeschooling now for 11 years, which is wild and crazy. Like, I can't believe it's been that long. And this was my oldest son's freshman year of high school, and it has gone pretty well. I will have more thoughts on that again in a future video. I think I'm going to do a video of things that I've learned when planning for high school. I am by no means well versed in planning for high school, but I can tell you what I've learned this year. With my oldest being in high school, I've learned some things not to do, and I've learned some things that have worked out well. So I could make an encouragement video on that. So let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. For the most part, the year has gone well with my high schooler, but there have been a couple of little blips that I can definitely detail in that video of things to do and not to do when planning for high school. So, and yeah, so I guess lots of videos to come in regards to curriculum, new curriculum, curriculum reviews, all the things. I hope that you guys are doing well. Let me know down in the comments how your year has been this year. What are your wins? What are your struggles? Let's chat down there. I've missed you guys, and I hope to be back with you soon. Right, buddy? Even if it is with this little guy on my lap. Say bye-bye.